Now we already know that any anime that takes place in a hospital is going to be a tug at your heartstring kind of anime. Good thing I got this prepared. What up, y'all? It's the Black Critic Guy, and I just finished watching Hanbun no Tsuki ga Noboru Sora. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. In the English translation, it roughly translates to Sky with the Rising Half Moon. And I gotta say, I was okay with the anime, but it just didn't feel like anything special. So the basic premise of Sky with the Rising Full Moon is it follows this character by the name of Yuichi, who is diagnosed with hepatitis A and has to stay in the hospital for a couple of months to get better. While at the hospital, he meets a girl by the name of Rika, who is diagnosed with a terminal illness, and it basically follows them in their blooming romance and relationship. So I was requested to watch this anime by one of my subscribers, Martha45, and like I said, I enjoyed the anime. It was okay, but it just didn't feel like anything special, and I felt like it should have been a little longer to really hit you, like get an impact of the emotions in this anime. But let's start off with what's good about the anime. First of all the characters and their development and chemistry was handled solidly in this anime. For the short time that it had, you really felt attached to these characters. Like, I was really attached to Yuichi and Rika. I really felt their relationship. It was really strong. I really like Yuichi. He was a nice, kind, caring guy, and Rika, I can understand why she was kind of mean and surly at first, because again, she has a terminal illness. If you had a terminal illness, would you always be happy? No, you'd be kind of mad at the world and kind of, you know, surly. But the bond and connection really grew between them, and I really felt connected with these characters. But there were two characters that really stood out to me. The first one was Akka, who was this nurse who watches over Yuichi, makes sure he doesn't do anything stupid or escape from the hospital, which he does frequently and gets her in trouble. The first time you see her in the anime was actually one of the greatest scenes in this anime. I was like, oh, that is really cool. And I really liked how they developed the relationship between Yuichi and Akka. It was a really strong relationship. And she wasn't just like a comic relief character, just there to be, you know, making jokes and acting all silly and stuff. She had some depth to her, and she actually helped in the more dramatic scenes. And the second character who stood out to me was one of Yuichi's friends, Tsukasa, who always came to Yuichi's aid. He'd be the first one that Yuichi called, like, hey, I need to sneak out of the hospital, can you get over here? And he'd be there in a second, and he always wears this zebra mask to hide his true identity, even though everyone knows that's him. There's actually a really hilarious scene where they go to a school and he's fighting one of like the teachers or whatever they call them, and it was hilarious. Probably one of my favorite scenes in the anime. And then we got the doctor of the show, Dr. Goro, who, to be honest, at first I didn't really like him because I felt like he threw in some useless drama that didn't need to be there. I thought the anime should solely focus on, you know, people facing their mortality, which would have been feasible because you're in a hospital. That's a type of drama that you would have in a hospital anime drama. But yeah, I just felt like he added this extra drama padding to an already dramatic anime, and I thought it was unnecessary. Until, you know, as the series progressed, I understand the motive behind his actions. He's trying to protect Yuichi in a sense because they both are very similar. They both went through the same thing, and Yuichi's going through it right now. He went through it before, and he's trying to protect him. And the way he does that is by acting like an asshole, and that's the way that his character is. I mean, some characters can handle it in a nice way. He handles it in a very different way, in a more mean but more realistic sort of setting. And yeah, I liked how they handled this character. Instead of making him like an optimistic doctor, they made him a pessimistic doctor who's been through a lot of rough times. He's been down those roads. He's trying to protect Yuichi in a way that's more realistic and more mean, because he knows that the world is cruel, so the only way to fight cruelty is to be a little more crueler. So his cruelty is justified in that sense. Although I really don't think he could have been a doctor for that long. They probably would have fired his ass after like 2 scenes of that. Although the anime handles the character development, character chemistry, the tone of the anime, and the romance of the anime extremely well, it just doesn't stand out to be anything memorable. And it could be because these characters were kind of copied and pasted onto this anime from other animes that doesn't really stand out. It could be because it's kind of short. It's only 6 episodes long, which that's another thing. The ending of the anime, I felt it, but I was looking for a more emotional impact in the last episode. It just ended to where I was satisfied, but I was looking for that more emotional impact. Like, I wanted to be in tears. I wanted to cry when I saw the last episode of this anime. I I smirked. Like I said, I was satisfied, but I wanted a deeper and more emotional impact. And I didn't get that. And because the anime is really short, it lacks in a few places. Like, first of all, I really would have loved to see Akko's past, like to learn about why she became a nurse and why she chose Yuichi to watch over. I mean, you can't switch, you know, to watch this person or watch that person. I wanted to know how their relationship started. I really would have loved to see more of Yuichi's friends instead of Tsukasa. You know, you see him a lot and he's really funny and entertaining. But he had two other friends that were kind of pushed to the side and you really didn't see them a lot. I also would have loved to see like one of Yuichi's relatives come and visit him. I mean, it's not like they just left him there and totally forgot about him. It's only natural to visit some relative at the hospital, so I just felt like that was lacking as well. And the animation is something that doesn't really stand out. It's just mundane, it's normal, it's nothing really impressive. So overall, Hanbun no Tsuki ga Noboru Sora is an okay anime, but it's just nothing memorable and it doesn't really stand out. I think like after maybe 2 days, I'll probably forget about the anime, not even think about it. And I was looking for a more emotional impact. Like I just got punched in the face and now I'm tearing up and blowing my nose because of how sad it is. And I just didn't get that type of emotional impact. But it did have good character chemistry, character development, the romance and mood of the anime was handled very well. And I really liked the relationship between Yuichi and Rika. So, for that, I'm going to give the anime 3 out of 5 stars. It's okay. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? If you've seen it, did you like it a lot? Did you hate it? And let me know, what is your favorite hospital-based anime? Comment below and let me know. Anyway, I'm the Black Critic Guy, bridging the gap between movies and anime reviews. Till then, peace YouTube.